So there is the illusion of a me, the I thought that arises in the space. It's just an image, a sound, a perception that arises out of the emptiness, out of the presence. The thought says, I'm a person, I am a man, I am this body. And so there is this identification, but it's illusion, it's not real. The reality is not in what is perceived. A borderless presence. You can call it life, you can call it consciousness, you can call it awareness. It doesn't matter what you call it. I like to call it peace, because it's the experience of peace and freedom. Not freedom for a person, not freedom from objects. It's the absence of the person, the absence of objects. It's the end of the illusion, the end of the me, the end of the person, the end of the character. Of course, certain mechanisms still go on, like hunger and tiredness. Certain phenomenal events that they just operate on their own. There's no effort. It's a flow, like a raft on the water. There is a current in the water, but the raft is still. There is a seeming movement, but there is a stillness, a peace, a tranquility. That's the truth. That's not the story. That's the end of the story. The story is like a dream. It's the dream of me and you and me and the world, me and my future, me and my past. There is a contraction and angst. What's going to happen to me? Am I improving? Am I getting closer to enlightenment? Am I getting safer? It's all illusion. It's all dream stuff, story stuff, thoughts and sensations happening in the openness. The openness is what's real. This moment, this openness, this borderless presence is not, it doesn't belong to anybody. It's not my borderless presence and not yours. It's not like that. It's just freely, openly available. It's available to itself. It's not available to a person. It's available to the absence of the person. Actually, it is the absence of the person. this aware presence, this freedom, this borderless presence, is the absence of the person, the absence of the story, the absence of the me. There is no belief in that, no position, no point of view. It's not a personal stand. It's not like being somebody or being like somebody or emulating anybody. It's none of that. All of that is dream stuff. It's a borderless transparency, pure presence. It's some refer to it as consciousness. Sometimes they use the term consciousness, awareness, presence, aware presence, life, beingness, freedom. It's the experience of peace and happiness. Nothing is happening to me. Absolutely nothing. Nothing ever happened to me. It's an amazing realization. Nothing ever happened to me. Nothing will ever happen to me. There is no separate self. It's just pure borderless presence, pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure beingness, pure lifiness, pure happiness, pure peace. It's really the wonder, the wonder of all wonders. It is what your heart desires and yearns for, not as a person, but the open heart. It is the open heart. It is the realization of the open heart, of the universal heart. Words can be like brushes in the hands of a painter. It's just used to paint. Out of the emptiness, on the empty screen, on the borderless infinite screen of consciousness. It's a total freedom of angst. No one to experience this. That's the experience of this. No one experiencing this.